I forgot to pin on my microphone. Good morning. Hello, my name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Monday and Tuesday. That's Monday the 27th and Tuesday the 28th of August. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Monday morning here, the 27th of August, at exactly 9:10 a.m. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm looking for the best card for Monday, the best card for Tuesday, and then the best card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance. I'm not doing personal readings here today or during any of my videos. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right and let the rest go. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't matter. Just let it go. Just sit here and be here in this space with me if you want to. If you don't want to be, just turn it off. But if you want to be, just sit in this space and just let yourself be surprised. And we'll see what comes up. I have no idea, so we're going to see. I'm just going to trust in my cards and trust in what I feel I need to share. And I trust that you will receive what you need from that. So I trust that you're feeling good and you've had a good, joyous weekend. I say that with a giggle and with joyous based on the cards that came up for the weekend. If you missed that video, I'm sure you watched it. If you're here now, maybe, I don't know, but I trust your weekend was joyous. Mine certainly was. I had a great weekend. Feeling great this morning and very organised and rolling with it, which always feels good to me. So Monday the 27th of August, if it's not quite Monday for you yet, you can think of this as guidance in advance, and please refer back to my weekend video for Sunday's guidance. Just a reminder, I'm not doing personal readings here. I don't do that on my videos. So welcome new people who don't realise that. So Monday the 27th of August, I'm going to get the giggles now. Monday the 27th is this card. We've got Rosemary card 20. She says beauty, self-love, kindness and balance. So she's encouraging us to look within. So she's got her eyes slightly open, but she's looking down, which encourages or inspires us to look inside, to really look within and see how we're feeling and how we're doing. Checking in with ourselves may be important on Monday, although it is important to do all the time, but it might be especially important on Monday for us to actually stop, take some deep breaths, and just do a check-in. I mean, we can do that now if you want to. Just pause. Let's just take 3 nice big breaths and check in with our body from head to toe. Do a scan if you want to. See how the different parts of your body are feeling. Also check in with yourself mentally. So how's your state of mind right now? And you can also check in with yourself emotionally and see how you're actually feeling emotionally right now. So be careful of getting caught up in how or what what might have happened yesterday or what might have happened an hour ago, and check in with how you feel now. Be also careful that you're not getting ahead of yourself and thinking how you're going to think or how you're going to feel in an hour's time or tomorrow, but really just check in now. So let's take 3 big breaths. I'm going to encourage you to scan your body, your physical body for the first breath. Scan yourself or connect in mentally for the second breath. Check in and see how you're going with your thoughts, and check in emotionally for the third breath. So please join me if you want to. So physically, let's check our body. When you're ready, let's check in now mentally and see how we're doing with our mind thoughts. What mental state of mind are we in right now in this moment? And for our third breath, let's check in emotionally. So how are we feeling? How sensitive or emotional do we feel right now? Let's just check in and listen to how we feel. Now, it's really important to be really super honest with ourselves. So be honest with what's going on in your body. You're feeling heavy anywhere. You're feeling pain or ache somewhere in your body. And what can you do to help that area? So like, for example, over the weekend, I was feeling really heavy digestively. So I actually took the steps to look at, okay, what am I putting into my body? What is not working for me at the moment that my body's reacting to? So I had to listen and be honest about it, and then take some steps to look at what I'm putting into my body. Be really honest with what's going on in your mind, and if you've been thinking negatively or thinking the worst, what steps can you take with your honest awareness of how you're thinking and what's revealed to you? What steps can you take to start breaking some mental patterns that you've gotten into that aren't supporting you right now in a positive way? And also emotionally. I think, I feel what I've noticed emotionally is attending to either embrace how I feel. So if it's joy or if I'm feeling happy, I'll embrace that it feels good. And then there are other feelings that don't feel as good, but they're still feelings. So those feelings that don't feel so good, like anger or hurt or even feeling overwhelmed is coming to mind, even though that's more of a mental thing, but it does pull us in emotionally. We tend to reject or push away those other emotions that don't feel so comfortable. And what I've noticed is if I can listen to all my complete spectrum of feelings and whatever it is that I feel in that moment, and if I can embrace that by listening to it, then that helps that feeling be acknowledged and move to the next feeling. So remember, our feelings just want to move. They want to be in motion. That's why they're called emotions. So the more we hold on, the more we push an emotion or a feeling away because we don't like it, the more it's going to try and get our attention and the more stagnant we become. So if we can listen to it and embrace it and be honest with, hey, I feel angry right now. Hey, I feel hurt right now. If we can acknowledge that, then usually the emotion will flow to the next feeling. So try it if you want to and see how that feels for you. So Monday is very much about checking in with ourselves, looking at how or what we need to do to make some adjustments to get back into balance again. But it's very much inside. We might be reacting to things may be going on in our life. It's what reaction or what stirred up in us physically, emotionally, mentally, that is what we need to look at. Probably more so than what's going on physically, but just see how you're going with that. So look within. How can you love and accept yourself a little bit more? How can you look at yourself in your fullness and wholeness as being a physical, emotional and mental being? And spiritual, we could add to that too, for those of us aligned with that energy. So let's reconnect with our heart. Let's reconnect with how we feel, our body, and what we're thinking. I trust that makes sense for you. Thank you so much. I just saw someone's having a birthday today and I just missed that post. Melina is feeling emotional. It's her birthday. Happy re-birthday to you, Melina. I trust you have a wonderful day. And it's quite normal to feel emotional on your birthday or any day, actually. So just feel it. What's your emotion trying to tell you? And let it move to the next feeling. But I do trust you have a wonderful day of rebirth. And anyone else who's having a rebirth day today or soon, it's a great time to celebrate your rebirthing and who you are. So The best card now I'm looking for is for Tuesday, the 28th of August. It's Tuesday, the 28th. Let's go with this card here. Ooh, we've got the potency of the Cobra, which is a featured card. It says up here to take the top card from the deck. Here. Ooh, this is an interesting combination for Tuesday. So we've got these two cards that have come up for Tuesday. And I'm going to look at these cards separately, and then I'm going to look at them together. See why they've come up together. So let's see what stands out for you. This is card 9, the Cobra Bite. It says, I can read this backwards. No, I can't. Sting, that was the word I was stuck on. Sting, shock, truth, and illusion. If you've just read the current energy report for today or for this week I've just sent out to our Pillar of Light family, I talked a lot about truth. There's a lot of truth stuff coming up right now for a lot of us, and has been probably for the last week or longer. And I feel that the truth is pushing out the illusion that we're living under or that we're living by. Now, truth is a personal thing, I feel, to me. I feel that there are some people talk about universal truths and that there's one truth for all. Oh, it's starting to rain. There's one truth for all or what have you. But I've personally found that our truth is something that grows and evolves with us. So our truths are flexible, they change, they evolve. That's what I find. So a lot of us are being called at the moment, and not just Tuesday, even though this is Tuesday's card, to align further with the truth of who we are. Now we could look at this from another angle, or other angles, like, are we being real and honest with ourselves? Are we living with integrity and being authentic? Are we pretending or lying or fooling ourselves or mistreating ourselves or others? Are we not aligned with our truth and our ethics and our values and what's important to us? These are all really important things to think about. Well, I find, anyway, maybe you might find it too, when I'm looking at truth. So this is a potent card that says that there might be some surprise happening that occurs on Tuesday for some of us. We may see it as good, we may see it as not so good, but the point of this shock or surprise is to align us further with our truth. So when the dust settles, when the clouds clear, the truth will reveal itself and the reason why this is happening right now. So there might be something that takes some of us by surprise on Tuesday, and I don't share this to generate any fear. It's nothing to worry about. And in fact, by having this card come up and giving us a bit of a warning, it may not be as surprising as it may have been if we didn't know, but just something to keep in mind for Tuesday, that something may take us by surprise, and it may be a bit of a shock in a good way or not so good way, but the purpose is to align us further with our truth. So that is really important. I would rather know, even if I'm confronted, even if something shocks me, so that I can take steps to align further with my truth and myself, so my true and authentic self, rather than living a lie. I don't like living a lie, and I don't want to live a lie. So sometimes we don't realise we are, and then something happens to wake us up, if you like. Yes, we are having rain. It's cold. It's not warm out here. My fingertips are little icicles. That's okay. I can go inside where it's warm in a few minutes. This is our other card with the Cobra. It's card 24, called Expanded Love. And it says productivity, teamwork, and holding space. So this brings a cooperative, productive energy to Tuesday, which actually diffuses the potential negativity or the potential impact of this particular card. This brings a brighter, loving, productive, cooperative feel to this. So it might be more of a positive surprise for some of us. But this is our productive card. This talks about it being great time on Tuesday for teamwork, for getting organised, for putting things into place. And I notice that energy has been quite strong the last couple of days, is getting organised, planning, and being quite productive. So a loving space to hold, why we align or remain aligned with or align further with our truth. So that's the guidance for Tuesday, the 28th of August. I trust it makes sense for you. Now I'm looking for the best card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday, and the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Monday and Tuesday. So let's see the theme card. Oh, it's cold out here. Okay, theme card is expression, card 31. Communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. So this talks about expressing ourselves, and communication is probably going to be very important over Monday and Tuesday. And this has already come up, but I haven't really talked about it from a communication standpoint. But I've talked about listening to our body and looking after ourselves. So to do that, we need to listen to, communicate, or hear what our body, our mind, our emotions are communicating with us. Communication is not just about communicating with other people. It's also about communicating with ourselves, and look at increasing or improving our personal relationship with us also requires good communication. Listening to, talking to, communicating with ourselves. So I've already talked about that as well. Being productive, working with others, cooperating also involves communication. But we're not just talking about communication with this card, we're also talking about expression. And expression is not just limited to what we're communicating verbally or what we're listening to. Expression is also about what we're creating. We can express ourselves through body language, through art, through music and sound. How are you expressing yourself? The birds are having a great time. So as we connect further with who we are, as we hold ourselves, as we look within, like Monday's card suggested, and as we find our balance, or re-find our balance if we've gone a bit off, as we connect in with the truth of who we are, then we're going to be able to feel more confident in expressing ourselves. If we're not sure about ourselves and we're feeling out of balance, if we're feeling unloved, if we're not loving ourselves, we're going to probably hold back rather than step up and express in the way that we're being called to express. So tune into yourself if you're inspired to, and look at how you can express your love, your gratitude, your care for others, your passions, what interests you. So expression and trust. Trust in how you feel, trust in the steps you take, and trust in your journey as you align further with the truth of who you are over Monday and Tuesday. So interesting, very much aligned with what I was already feeling anyway, so just a confirmation. But lots of great information in there, so just take the snippets and the bits that resonated with you, that you want to work with and implement, and see if they can help you in your life, not just Monday and Tuesday, but in an ongoing way. I trust that sometimes I can offer you the tools that you may not have realised are there or possible for you to help you help yourself. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to big note myself and think that I'm some brilliant person. I'm here to help encourage you to help yourself. And if I've given you a little bit of something that you can take away and implement and play with and see if it works for you in your life, then I've done my job. So thank you for being here and spending your time with me today. I trust you've enjoyed our time together. So have a wonderful Monday and Tuesday. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards. They're getting a bit wet. If you want to learn more about them or start working with them, they're great tools to help support your journey. Just have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I've got some healing events coming up. Tomorrow we have our last 2 healing events for some of my Temple of Balance patrons for August. So that will be happening in my Temple of Balance closed Facebook group. So there'll be 2 healing events tomorrow. Look forward to connecting with you. If you're one of my people, I'll be connecting with. Also next Monday on the 3rd of September, is it September already? Soon, will be our next Pillar of Light healing event. That's a private healing event and probably my most powerful in my opinion. That will be taking place next Monday. So that will be private in our Pillar of Light Facebook private group. So if you want to be a part of that, you'll have to be a Pillar of Light family member. And those of you who are, I look forward to connecting with you then. If you want to be, just have a look on my website if you want to learn more. So if you want to learn more about the work I do, just visit my website, templeofbalance.com.au. If you're not sure about anything or if you have questions, except for reading requests, then please let me know if you can't find anything. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through my website. LJ asks a great question, so I'm going to answer that now before I go. For those of you who are still here, how do you know if you're a healer? How do you know if you're a healer? First of all, how would you define healer? Is healer to you someone who puts their hands on someone and does energetic work like what we may call Reiki or using our hands for healing? To me, I define being a healer a little bit broader. Hi, Thomas. I define healer a little bit broader than that, not just hands-on. I certainly don't practice Reiki, but I do practice hands-on healing. Healing, to be a healer, all you need to be is someone who cares, someone who's empathic, someone who's compassionate, someone who wants to help people genuinely. And then I feel we all have a natural gift of being able to be a healer, if you like, or to be able to help people. I feel it's just part of our human spirit, even though some people might not demonstrate that, especially people in power. But, you know, how do you know if you're a healer? Just trust it. If you're asking the question, then you most likely are. So maybe take steps to explore that a little bit further. You don't need to go and spend a lot of money doing a course. You can just play with the energy yourself, read some books, look on YouTube. There's so many resources online that you can access to see what that means for you and how you might want to proceed. It is like nature. I do feel it's natural. And one thing I always recommend, and I'm going to recommend it now, if you're not sure, all you need to do is ask your hands to fill up with healing light. See, as soon as I request that, my hands are already starting to get hot here in my palms. And then, if I'm not about to put my hands on someone, then I'll just put them on myself. And when I go to bed at night, especially if I'm a bit stressed out or if I'm not feeling very well, I will place my hands on my heart and one on my belly after I've asked my hands to fill up with healing light, and just let myself self-soothe, I guess, self-soothe and send that healing energy to me. So it's not just about putting your hands on others or being a healer for other people. In fact, I feel that that is an extension of our own ability or our own way or method, perhaps, of helping or healing ourselves. I always feel it starts inside. So I feel that the best healers out there are the ones that self-heal. Makes sense to me. Well, it's important to me, but I'm an ethical person. So to me, it makes sense. That's my philosophy with all of my work. That, you know, I'm not sitting here preaching or telling you how to live your life. That's why I could not be a published author, because I tried it before, but they don't want people like me who say, hey, this works for me, it might work for you too, but it might not. They want people to say, here's 12 steps to heal yourself, and this is the way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 12. No, it's not like that, in my opinion. Or not for me, anyway. So start with yourself, explore what healer means to you and how you want to step forward with that in your life. But how can you help yourself first? So that's what I feel I need to say. I trust that makes sense. It may resonate with you, it may not. Doesn't matter. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. But just some thoughts, have a think about some things that you may be curious about. Anyway, I've got to go inside. It's cold. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back to share and connect with you again tomorrow for the healing events or back for some more guidance real soon. So thank you and namaste.